I'm Christine Persichetti. We are exactly 12 days away from Christmas, and instead of a partridge in a pear tree, why not give a gift to a child in need? That's the point of the Tablet's annual Bright Christmas campaign, and one parishioner is hoping her donation will help recapture the magic of Christmas for a child who finds their childhood is slipping away. Current News' Jessica Easthope has her story from Ridgewood.
Had this taken after we opened our presents. I was all dressed up. They had probably taken me to Mass.
Growing up, Laura Arcuri always had happy Christmases, even if the feeling only lasted for a few hours.
Baby's first Christmas.
It's 1966, 13-year-old Laura's first Christmas without her dad. Her mom is dying of cancer.
I remember her trying to make a beautiful Christmas for us. We had a tree. There were presents to open. She was still working. I don't know how she did it.
Laura's dad, Nicholas, grew up during the Depression and went on to serve in World War II. He died of an infection he contracted in a swimming pool at the age of 48.
So he knew what Christmases could be like when times are very lean. The world lost him too early. I lost him too early.
By Christmas 1968, Laura and her brother were orphans. They moved out of their home on Long Island to Bushwick with relatives. The painful memories have stayed with her all these years, but so have the good.
Somehow you remember those Christmases and you get some strength and comfort from knowing that you had a beautiful Christmas.
Every year, when Laura, who attends daily Mass at St. Matthias Church in Ridgewood, donates to Bright Christmas, deep down she hopes her money goes to someone just like her.
The tablet always succeeds. You could see that there's a lot of need. Children that are struggling, children whose childhood might even be cut short.
Her own childhood was cut short. But come the Christmas holiday, Laura remembers the gifts and decorations that allowed her to forget her heartbreak.
It could be a boy, it could be a girl, it could even be for their pet, to make it a bright Christmas, to make it a Christmas that some family is going to remember for a very long time.
Laura knows those are the Christmas memories that last. In Ridgewood, Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
Laura and dozens of other donors are already helping kids have a bright Christmas this year. So far, the paper has raised more than $57,000, but they're trying to raise $125,000. So if you want to help them reach their goal, just go online to thetablet.org/brightchristmas. You can also make a check out to Bright Christmas and mail it to LB number 2118, P.O. Box 95,000 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and the zip code 19195. Your generous gift to Bright Christmas will help dozens of parishes around the diocese. And in this week's tablet, you can read about one of them. Every year, a presentation of the Blessed Virgin Mary Church in Jamaica, Queens, uses the funds from Bright Christmas to throw a party for the Epiphany. And some of the party guests the kids can expect to see are farm animals standing in for a live nativity scene. To read more Bright Christmas stories and see the tablet's Christmas coverage, pick up this week's paper at your local parish or subscribe online at thetablet.org. A pro-life fight is now going to the Supreme Court. The justices have agreed to take up a case deciding on the availability of the commonly used abortion drug mifepristone. This is the first major case involving abortion on the court's docket since it overturned Roe v. Wade. The justices will hear oral arguments early next year with a ruling due by the end of June. Turning now to a Mass for the blind. The Catholic visually impaired community gathered at a Manhattan church Wednesday to celebrate the feast day of their patroness, St. Lucy. The annual Mass at St. Francis Xavier Church is organized by the Xavier Society for the Blind, a Catholic organization that provides biblical sources and faith materials in Braille for free to blind Catholics across the globe. Father Jamie Dennis, a blind priest from the Diocese of Owensboro, Kentucky, used their materials to celebrate the liturgy for St. Lucy. He says the Mass helps the community grow together in faith.
This helps us to build up as a community and network, and because most of us here today who are visually impaired, we're the active ones.
St. Lucy, she is the one that gives us, through her intercession, gives us strength through all our trials in life. being visually impaired and blind.
After Mass, the people in attendance were able to venerate the relics of St. Lucy and St. Angela Merisi, another patroness of the blind. Finally tonight, to play a sport, it's often said you gotta have heart. And that's especially true for Bishop Loughlin Memorial High School lacrosse player Terence Hughes. The sophomore loves the game, but his physical heart almost had him sitting out permanently. Currents News' Katie Vasquez tells us his story from the practice fields in Red Hook, Brooklyn.
You can't miss Terence Hughes on the field with his metallic red helmet. Every Tuesday and Thursday, he's at practice at the Red Hook soccer fields, playing lacrosse for Bishop Loughlin Memorial High School, a sport and team that he loves.
I've just felt really a part of this team, the coaches, all my teammates,
For Terence, being on this field is a feat he's grateful for, because 1 year ago, he didn't think he'd be here again.
I was worried that I wasn't ever going to play lacrosse again, even if I was, probably never at the next level.
The 14-year-old was born with a heart murmur, but was told by his doctors that he wouldn't need surgery until he became an adult. That all changed in November of last year when Terence returned from gym class with crippling chest pain.
Right as I was about to cross over, against the door, I fell and almost hit the wall, and that's when I started feeling it was all hitting me right there. I felt it all through my body and everything, and the pain was just unbearable.
He had open heart surgery in February, which took him off this field for 9 months. He cheered his team on from the sidelines.
It was tough because he's watching kids play the game he wants to play, and he kind of feels like the water boy, right? It's not the role that he wants to play.
And they cheered him on during his recovery.
A lot of the team went to the hospital he was staying at, and we brought him books and stuff, and we checked up on him, made sure he was good, and just try to let him know that we were there with him.
Now he's back playing the sport he loves and not taking any moment on or off the field for granted.
A lot of people, when they're really committed to something, they lose sight of that and, put that off for later as if it doesn't matter. But, we can't be out here. We can't be here on this beautiful world without our health.
And while he doesn't know what this season holds, Terence will give it his all for the game and the team that he loves. In Red Hook, Katie Vasquez, Currents News.
What a story. And that is this Currents News update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.